Right now, as you listen to my voice, a subtle neurological trigger is being armed in your brain. You are probably sitting somewhere familiar, looking at a screen, completely unaware that a deeply primal part of your nervous system is about to be hijacked by a simple suggestion. I want you to think about a yawn. Think about that sudden heaviness at the back of your jaw. Think about the way your mouth pulls open, the way your lungs demand a massive intake of air, the way your eyes squeeze shut for a fraction of a second. Just hearing me describe it, or watching someone else do it across the room, makes your body want to mimic the action. You cannot stop it. And before we finish here today, you are going to discover exactly why your brain forces you into this bizarre copycat behavior, and you will learn a completely counterintuitive, slightly unsettling truth about the people in your life who never catch your yawns. Understanding the weird, hidden wiring of your own mind changes how you see every interaction you have. If you find value in uncovering the real reasons you do the things you do, take a second to subscribe. It helps us keep bringing you the science of yourself. For your entire life, people have told you that you yawn because you are tired. You have been taught that when you are sleepy or bored, your breathing slows down, your oxygen levels drop, and your brain triggers a massive gulp of air to wake you back up. It sounds perfectly logical. It is also completely false. Researchers tested this popular oxygen theory decades ago. They put human volunteers into rooms where they manipulated the levels of oxygen and carbon dioxide. If the old myth were true, people breathing higher levels of carbon dioxide would yawn relentlessly to compensate, while those breathing pure oxygen would stop yawning entirely. The result was exactly the opposite of what everyone expected. Altering the air made absolutely no difference. The subjects yawned at the exact same rate, regardless of what they were breathing. Your brain is not gasping for air when you yawn. It is doing something far more sophisticated, and the real reason it happens is the key to understanding why it spreads from person to person like a virus. To understand what is actually happening in your head, we have to look at a fascinating study conducted at the State University of New York by evolutionary biologist Andrew Gallup. He proposed a radically different idea. He suggested that your brain is essentially a high-performance computer, and just like your laptop or your phone, it generates an enormous amount of heat when it is running. When you are tired, or when you are transitioning from one state of alertness to another, the temperature of your brain naturally rises. Gallup realized that a yawn is not an oxygen pump. It is a radiator. When you stretch your jaw wide open, you force blood into the vessels of your neck and head. The massive intake of cool ambient air then chills the blood flowing through your nasal and oral cavities. That newly cooled blood travels directly back into your brain, instantly lowering its temperature and optimizing your mental performance. It is a biological reboot. You yawn to literally cool your brain down. This cooling mechanism explains why you yawn when you wake up, why you yawn when you are exhausted, and why athletes frequently yawn right before a major competition. Their brains are shifting gears, heating up, and demanding a quick thermal regulation to stay sharp. But this still leaves the biggest mystery completely unsolved. If a yawn is just a personal biological air conditioner, why does seeing someone else do it make you do it too? Why does reading the word yawn make you want to open your mouth? Why are you fighting the urge to do it right at this very moment? To answer that, you have to look past the physical biology of your own head and step into the complex, invisible web of human social connection. Deep inside your brain, specifically in an area called the motor cortex, there is a specialized network of cells known as mirror neurons. These neurons are the architectural foundation of human empathy. When you watch someone else perform an action, your mirror neurons fire in the exact same pattern as the person you are watching. If you see someone stub their toe and wince, the pain centers in your own brain light up. If you see someone smile genuinely, your brain activates the muscles required to smile back. Your brain literally simulates the experiences of the people around you so that you can understand their emotional state. Contagious yawning is a byproduct of this incredible empathetic mirroring system. When you see someone yawn, your visual cortex registers their facial movement. Your brain recognizes that the person across from you is experiencing a shift in their physiological state. Your mirror neurons fire, simulating the action. Because a yawn is such a primal, deeply embedded reflex, that simulation bypasses your conscious control and triggers the actual physical behavior in your own body. You catch their yawn because your brain is wired to connect with their experience. This means that contagious yawning is not a sign of boredom. It is a sign of deep, automatic, neurological empathy. It is your brain saying that it recognizes the state of the human being next to you, and it is aligning your state to match theirs. We know this is true because of how this phenomenon plays out in the real world. Think about the people in your own life. Studies have consistently shown that you are far more likely to catch a yawn from a close friend or a family member than you are from a complete stranger. The stronger your emotional bond with the person, the faster and more powerfully their yawn will hijack your nervous system. You are subconsciously syncing your biological rhythms with the people you care about most, and it does not even stop at the boundary of our own species. If you have a dog, you have probably noticed this strange cross-species connection yourself. Researchers have observed that dogs can absolutely catch yawns from human beings, but they are significantly more likely to catch a yawn from their owner than from someone they do not know. Your dog is reading your physiological state, their specialized empathy networks are firing, and they are matching your physical rhythm. They are bonding with you on a subconscious biological level. When we share these deep insights into how humans and animals connect, we want to make sure it reaches people who value genuine understanding. If you are enjoying this dive into the architecture of your mind, leave a like on this video. It tells us we are on the right track with you. Now we have reached the point where the science of contagious yawning takes a very dark and highly counterintuitive turn. If catching a yawn is a fundamental marker of neurological empathy, a physical manifestation of your brain connecting with another human being, what does it mean when someone never catches a yawn at all? This is the question that drove a team of psychological researchers at Baylor University to conduct a truly unsettling experiment. They wanted to know if people who lacked normal levels of human empathy would be immune to the contagious power of a yawn. They gathered a large group of participants and had them complete a comprehensive psychological assessment designed to measure psychopathic traits. They were looking for specific markers: cold-heartedness, a lack of guilt, manipulative tendencies, and a severe deficit in emotional empathy. After profiling the participants, the researchers seated them in a dimly lit room, hooked them up to biometric sensors, and made them watch a series of video clips showing people letting out massive, undeniable yawns. The results were startling. The participants who scored low on the psychopathic spectrum, the people with normal, healthy levels of empathy, reacted exactly as you would expect. They caught the yawns. Their mirror neurons fired, their jaws dropped, and they synchronized with the people on the screen. But the participants who scored highest for psychopathic traits, the individuals who showed a pronounced lack of emotional empathy in their psychological profiles, stared at the screen with blank faces. They were significantly less likely to catch the yawn. In many cases, they were completely immune to it. Their brains did not mirror the physiological state of the people they were watching. The invisible tether of human connection simply was not there for them. This does not mean that every person who fails to yawn back at you is a clinical psychopath. There are many reasons someone might not catch a yawn in a given moment. They might be highly distracted, they might be incredibly focused on a specific task, or they might simply be suppressing the urge out of politeness. But on a broad statistical level, the Baylor study revealed something profound. Contagious yawning is deeply intertwined with our capacity to care about one another. The more easily you catch a yawn, the more finely tuned your empathetic radar likely is. But empathy alone does not fully explain why this trait evolved in the first place. Why would nature hardwire our brains to catch a brain-cooling reflex from the people around us? To understand the ultimate purpose of this bizarre behavior, you have to leave your modern living room and travel backward in time, hundreds of thousands of years, to the open savannas, where human beings first evolved. Imagine you are living in a small, tight-knit tribe. Your survival depends entirely on the collective vigilance of your group. You are surrounded by predators, and the margin for error is absolutely zero. As the sun begins to set, the temperature drops, and the fatigue of the day sets in. One member of your tribe, standing watch at the edge of the camp, feels their alertness slipping. Their brain temperature is rising due to exhaustion. To combat this, they let out a massive yawn, drawing in cool air to drop their brain temperature and restore their focus. If they are the only one who does this, the tribe is still vulnerable. But because their yawn is highly contagious, the person next to them catches it, and then the person next to them. Like a wave of biological electricity, the yawn ripples through the entire camp. This was not a shared moment of sleepiness. It was a synchronized alarm system. By catching the yawn, every member of the tribe was simultaneously cooling their brains, heightening their alertness, and syncing their biological clocks. Contagious yawning evolved as a tool for group survival. It ensured that when one member of the pack needed to sharpen their focus, the rest of the pack automatically leveled up their focus too. It was nature's way of keeping the entire group vigilant, connected, and alive. We see this exact same survival mechanism operating in the wild today. If you observe a pride of lions resting in the heat of the day, you will eventually see one of them stand up, stretch, and yawn. Within moments, other lions in the pride will catch the yawn, stand up, and begin to move. The contagious yawn serves as a silent signal, coordinating the movement of the entire group without a single sound being made. So the next time you find yourself sitting in a meeting, or riding on a train, or just hanging out in your living room, and you feel that sudden, undeniable heaviness at the back of your jaw because someone across the room just opened their mouth, do not fight it. You are not just tired. You are experiencing the echo of an ancient survival mechanism. Your brain is cooling down its processors to keep you sharp, and your mirror neurons are reaching out across the empty space between you and another human being, proving that you are wired to connect, to empathize, and to survive together. Take a breath right now. Feel the air moving into your lungs. Notice how your jaw feels a little heavy, how your eyes want to close just for a fraction of a second. You have been fighting it since the very first sentence. Let it happen. Let your brain do what it has spent millions of years learning how to do.